So welcome back everybody to my channel. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you how I'm going to make some sugar cookies and decorate them. I'm actually doing this for Mother's Day. Now this dough I had previously made for another event that I was having, and I froze the remaining of it, and this was about a month ago. Sugar cookie dough will last up to 6 months in your freezer. You just wrap it tightly with saran wrap, and I put mine in a food storage bag as well. I will have the recipe for this dough in the description box, but I will say it says that it's basically a cut and bake dough, which means that after you make the dough, you can cut it and go directly to bake, and you don't have to refrigerate the dough. I will say that did not work for me. It was too soft. So what I had, the trick that I found is that I roll it out on the parchment paper that it's actually going to cook on. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to cut the shape, and then I'm going to put that in the refrigerator to chill for a little bit, and then I'm going to remove the excess dough around it and bake it. So I will show you that process. I'm going to roll this out, and then we're going to get to cutting. Okay, so after I roll this out, I'm going to transfer it to my baking sheet before I start to cut out the shapes. Now, you might notice that it's when you're rolling it out, it may stick to your rolling pin. Just dust it a little bit with flour. Don't use too much flour because it'll make your cookies tough, but you might need a little bit of flour. So I'm just going to pick this up, transfer it to my baking sheet, and I'm going to use a combination of just the circle and heart cutters, but you can use whatever you want. And I'm going to position it where I want it. And I'm just going to cut. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this into the fridge for about 10 minutes. I'm not going to separate it yet because it's still soft and it'll mess up your cookies. So chill it for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to take the excess off, and it'll be ready to bake. And then you can take the excess and actually roll that out again and make more cookies. So let's chill this, and then we'll proceed. So now that it's chilled, it's going to be much easier to remove the excess dough. See how that just comes right off? So I'm going to do that. And you don't even have to reposition them because they don't spread. You can just leave them just like this and put them in the oven. Now, you'll want to start checking these after about 8 minutes. There are some people that do not like any color on their sugar cookies. I'm not one of those folks. I like mine to have a little bit of brownness, especially on the bottom. I don't like it to get, you don't want it brown on the edges because then you've gone too far. But I start checking about 8 to see if they have a little light brown. And I've even gone to about 11 minutes to cook them. So let's get them in the oven, and then I'll show you what they look like when they come out. So while the cookies are baking, I wanted to share with you what I am going to decorate them with. So I also decorate cakes, all occasion cakes, wedding cakes, birthday cakes, etc. So I could have made my own royal icing to decorate these cookies with, but I wanted to get something easy, something that I know anybody could do. And this is really good icing. As you can find this by the Cake Mix. It's the Betty Crocker cookie icing. And so in white, but they have different colors. And then I also got the sugar crystals to sprinkle on top. So very easy, quick decoration, but it will pack a punch and serve the purpose. So you can't do this until your cookies are fully cooled. I'm actually baking my cookies today, and I will decorate tomorrow. But if you want to do it in the same day, you could probably it probably just take a couple of hours to fully cool. So I just want to show you that, and I'm also going to show you how I decorate them as well. Okay, so I baked mine for a total of 12 minutes, and as you can see, they're still very blonde looking, not too brown, just slightly brown on the back. I don't know if you can see how it's just slightly brown. That is what you want. If you like them like I like them. I feel if you bake them too blonde, they can fall apart even when cool, when you're trying to handle them, decorate them. So now I'm just going to move them to a wire rack over here and let them fully cool. Like I said, I'm not decorating mine until tomorrow, but you can let them cool in this rack for a couple of hours and decorate the same day if you want. So I will come back once I'm ready to decorate and share that with you as well. I do want to just say that when I first made this dough, I made it for a bridal shower. And this is, I don't even like sugar cookies, but this dough is really good. I even liked it. They're very tasty. And so I would recommend anybody that's wants to make sugar cookies. And this is the sugar cookies that are hard enough for you to decorate. They are very tasty. So I say you should definitely try it out, but I was very surprised at how good they were. So that is why I wanted to share this recipe with you. Now I didn't, like I said, I used leftover dough, so I didn't show you how to make it, but it's very easy, and the recipe for the dough is in the description box. And if I make it again, I may do another video on how to make the dough, but it's very, very easy using a stand-up mixer. Okay, so now we're going to decorate our cookies. And we have our icing, and you don't want to put too much icing. You're just going to squeeze it around maybe a couple of times, and what you're going to do is you're going to spread it out with I'm just using a plastic knife. Okay, I'm going to kind of work quickly because it will set up on you. It says about 4 minutes it sets up. Now, and I don't go all the way to the edge because I like to see a little bit of the cookie. Okay, and once you're done, you can add some sprinkles or whatever kind of decorations you like. Isn't that so pretty? Alright, and so what you'll do is you'll let this set up for it'll set up in 4 minutes, but it says do not stack until after 4 hours. So after 4 hours, you can actually stack them. Sorry about the focus. It's focusing now. Isn't that pretty? So now we'll decorate a heart, just so you can see the different shapes. Okay, so we have our heart cookie. And so I just kind of outline it first. And just a couple of circles around. And then you're going to spread it out with your knife. And if you need to add more, you can always do that. But I like to do less first because you don't want, like I said, too much icing. And you can always clean your edges up. Now I might need a little bit more in this one. Okay, and like I said, you can clean up edges. You can do all of that. I think that looks really, really nice. And then I'm going to use some green sprinkles on this one. And so that is the heart. I think it looks really, really good. So that is how you decorate the sugar cookies. It's very simple and easy, but they look really, really pretty. They taste delicious. And sorry about the focus again, but I will show you how they look on a platter. And I hope you enjoy making this recipe.